That's so juicy and so flavorful. Holy cow, that's so good. It's like a flavor party in my mouth.
Today we're making Vietnamese grilled pork chop on the stovetop. Juicy, smoky, and packed with bold, savory flavor. This is a classic Vietnamese dish you'll find everywhere on the streets of Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. And I'll show you how to get that grilled taste just using a pan. Simple, fast, and perfect for home cooking. Hey, what's up everyone? It is Wally. I just came here from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. I was there for about a couple of weeks trying out these different types of these delicious grilled pork chops called Tsp Honey in Vietnamese. And today, I'm gonna show you how to make it. So, let's go. All right, first off, I have 500 grams of pork chops with the bone in. If it's easier, you can use boneless pork collar, also called pork neck. When I was in Ho Chi Minh City, I've seen different variations of pork cuts for Tsp Honey at these com tam restaurants. But while cooking at home, I prefer bone-in pork chops because I love the rib section of these pork chops. They're the best. Now, the key to making this recipe work is the size of your cuts of pork. So I have 3 pork chops here. Each are about 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters in thickness. This one is thinner. Whoever was cutting my pork chops was probably drunk. You gotta cut some slits along this line right here. What this is gonna do, about 1 inch in, what this is gonna do is it's gonna prevent the pork from curling up as it cooks. When you cook your pork on the hot pan, right, you want it to be flat. And when it's flat on the hot pan, it cooks evenly and it's got this beautiful sear on the pork chops. About 4 to 6 cuts should do it depending on the size of your pork chop, okay? Just use the back of your knife, just run it up and down, and then just turn it vertically and then just do the same. Kind of like making hashtags. And you only need to do it on one side. And the reason why you don't want to use like really thick pork chops to do this is because, for one thing, it'll take too long to cook. I mean, when you go to Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, you'll see that the com tam restaurants, they're full of people, they're there for lunch. Everything at the com tam restaurants have to be ready and quick to cook. Alrighty. I'm gonna cut this portion of pork rib from the pork chop, mainly because it'll fit in my pan during cooking. All right, the all-important marinade for these Vietnamese grilled pork chops. This is 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then this ingredient right here is fish sauce. Fish sauce is fermented, and this is gonna definitely help tenderize the pork. If you ever go to a com tam restaurant in Ho Chi Minh City, right, you're gonna notice that there are no knives. There's only forks and spoons. And the way you cut these pork chops is with the spoon, okay? So that's one of the other reasons why the pork chops are so thin. 2 tablespoons of really, really good fish sauce. This is 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. And this is 1 teaspoon of chicken seasoning powder. It's basically MSG with like other ingredients. And half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I can't get it out. And finally, about 2 teaspoons of really good honey. I mean, I tell you, when I was eating at the com tam restaurants, you can certainly see every time when they're grilling the pork chops, there are different seasonings that goes into a certain restaurant's recipe. So every Vietnamese auntie, Vietnamese uncle, restaurant or whatever, it doesn't matter, people do it differently, but this is the core sauce ingredients. Finally, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. It's 1 and it's 2. All right, next up, the aromatics, also super important for this recipe. I've got some lemongrass here. I'm gonna need about 3 tablespoons, about 2 of these. If you never used lemongrass before, there's certain ways that you gotta treat it. First off, you should take off about the top third. Take that off. The outside, you gotta peel it off. It's very, very fibrous. Peel off the outside layer. Look at that, that's how tough it is. And then you need something very heavy to bash it. Whoa, it smells so good. It makes your kitchen smell like lemon. Keep chopping until you get some really fine particles of lemongrass. Let's see if I got 3 tablespoons or not. That's 1, 2, hey, check that out. I think that's about a perfect 3 tablespoons, right? Look at that. Haha. See? I'm not just a pretty face. Okay.
All right, next up, about a tablespoon of shallot. If you guys never cut a shallot before, this is how you do it, all right? You don't want to cut all the way through, all right? So just fine cuts like that, okay? Again, don't cut all the way through. Fine cuts, just like that. And when you do cut, right, you want to make sure that your nails is like facing outwards, okay? You don't want, you don't want like your bare flesh right in front of the knife. And then what you do is you just flip it back down that way, and it's just easier to cut the other side this way. And then you turn it back horizontally, and there you go. You've got some fine cuts of shallot. Yeah, this is definitely more than 1 teaspoon, so don't worry about it. Just chuck it all in. I mean, that's the thing about cooking, okay? You don't need to be like too exact. We're not baking here, right? And I've never heard anybody say, oh, that's too much onions. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I know that there's always gonna be one asshole, okay? I know that, but whatever, it's all good. And of course, we need garlic. I'm just gonna use 3 cloves of garlic. All right, so the marinade is completely finished. I'm just gonna give it a quick stir, just like that. And then here's our pork chop. Just gonna pour some in first like that, and like that, and like that. Make sure that each section of pork chops is coated with the ingredients, with the sauces, and the aromatics. All right, all finished. This should be marinated overnight because you really need to have the sauces work its magic. So we lock it up overnight.
Forever! Forever! Forever!
One eternity later.
All right, we're back. Take a look at that. So it has gotten darker from the marinade, and this smells just like some of the gom tam shops that I went to in Ho Chi Minh City. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to let it sit somewhere outside of the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. You gotta let this meat come to temperature before cooking. When the meat is in room temperature and you cook it, it's gonna have a better sear and it is gonna cook more evenly. So while the pork chops are getting to room temperature, we're gonna make Nước chấm. It's a very common sauce that is drizzled over tom tam. So right here, we're gonna start off with, of course, fish sauce. This is 3 tablespoons of a Vietnamese style fish sauce, which is very, very different from a Thai style of fish sauce. You see how much darker Thai fish sauce is? And if you use this to make Nước chấm in Vietnam, they're gonna look at it and say, what is that? This is 2 tablespoons of sugar. And this is Southeast Asia, so of course, we need a bit of acidity. So 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And of course, we need garlic. I'm just gonna use 3 cloves of garlic. And if you want to add more, you can always add more later. So we're just gonna mince these up. During my last 2-week stay in Ho Chi Minh City, I actually learned quite a lot just by eating the food and talking to just a very, very nice restaurant owners. And look, I've been away so long that my plant, Marvin, is in really bad shape. Since I was gone for 2 weeks, nobody came in to water my plant, so yeah, sorry Marvin. This is half a cup of lukewarm water. I'm gonna taste it right now and see what it tastes like to me. It's plenty garlicky, but the only problem is that it's too sour and too salty too, so I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sugar. If anything, Nước chấm is like, it's actually more sweet than it is salty and sour. So, all right, another final taste test. All right, that's about it, yeah. It definitely needed more sugar. And as the sugar dissolves, the sauce will get a little bit thicker like a syrup. Yeah, that's gonna be some good stuff. Okay, another final component to this sauce, which is completely optional, it is chilies. So I'm just gonna give these a rough chop. You can use a food processor if you want. All right, chili completed. By the way, guys, you should definitely wash your hands before going to the toilet because these chili, it's gonna sting.
Vietnamese gom tam can be simple or an elaborate dish. I usually choose cha chuang hap, a steamed egg with pork meatloaf, and bihio, which is shredded pork skin. If I'm really hungry, I'll add Vietnamese siu mai, a pork meatball. Now that's a lot of stuff to make in one video, so I'll make it next time. But one thing I gotta have for now is scallion oil, which only takes a few minutes to make. Chop up 3 stalks of spring onions. Add a 1/4 cup of neutral flavoring oil to a small pan. Heat it on a medium heat. To know if your oil is hot enough, test it with a bit of spring onions. When it sizzles, it's ready. All it needs is a touch of salt. Stir it around for about a minute, and it's ready. And just set it aside. We're gonna use it later.
Pan here is heating up on a high heat, okay? So usually for this cuts of pork chop, I cook it for about 5 minutes total. So about 2.5 minutes each side. I'm gonna add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. My oil is shimmering slightly. All right. That's the sound I wanna hear. Oh, that beautiful pork. Man, the fish sauce is just coming right up. All right, now that all my pork chop is inside, I'm gonna drop my heat down to a medium, okay? Because right now the pan is plenty hot. When I was at the com tam shop in Saigon, it's so fun watching these guys grill the meats. I don't know, man. I can grill meats all day long, all day long. I'm gonna check the bottom. Okay, it looks beautiful. If it lifts up easily, it means that it's ready to flip. Oh boy, man, it smells so good. Pork chop. This one is ready, definitely ready. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful sear. Because it smells so good, this is gonna be awesome, man. All right, now com tam means broken rice. I'm using jasmine rice. In the Nam com tam, which means broken rice, but all I have is jasmine rice, so that's what I'm using. We need some tomatoes, which is very, very common at the com tam restaurants, and just some slices of cucumber. Oh, the pork. The pork. Man, check that out. The juice, don't even think about wasting it. It's all over that pork. And of course, the all-important scallion oil. All right, over there, man. Oh man, this is gonna be awesome. And usually there is some kind of pickled daikon radish with carrots. I don't have that right now, so I'm gonna use kimchi instead. I mean, it's not common throughout the smaller com tam restaurants, but you definitely find kimchi in like the more modern Saigon restaurants. Finally, a fried egg. That is a monster meal. Break out some of my Nước chấm, put some chilies in there, sprinkle it all over. Look at that, perfect pork chop. That's so juicy and so flavorful. Holy cow, that's so good. It's like a flavor party in my mouth. Try this one out, folks. I know you guys are gonna love this, but again, I do make deliveries. I take Bitcoins and camels as payment. I will see you all in the next one. Take care, goodbye.